Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Glitch Pokemon Blue. Check this out. This does look kind of complicated, but it's not too bad. Something interesting happens there. Head on back down here. I need to throw a Master Ball now. And that gave me Glitch Pokemon Index 246. Interesting. So, let me show you how I did that. Okay, first thing you want to do is make your way to Route 6. That's because this guy is here. We need to do the Trainer Fly glitch, Trainer Escape glitch, whatever you want to call it. There is a method that involves not using this, but I'm just going to use this one for right now. We're going to fly away from this guy. If you have a Rivals Effect item, you don't have to actually use him. You just have to use a trainer that can walk up to you. Although this is pretty much your only option, really, besides maybe 2 other trainers. Either way. Once you do that, fly to Pewter and head to the PC to save your game, because we're going to talk to the museum guy. Before we do that though, I'm going to show you the items you need. So I'm going to save the game and reset. Okay, once you get to this point, what you want to do is make sure you have these items. I already briefly went over this. I'll put all this in the description as well. First thing you want to do is toss 1 Master Ball, get a stack of 255. Then toss these top 2 items. That's because we need to get the expanded item bag. And then since we had 6 items, I need to toss this top one 6 times. So if you had 10, you had to toss 10. Make sure you don't do it too much, because if you do that, your menu will stop working, and it kind of screws you out of it. You'll have to reset. So that's 4, now going on to 5. Then 1 more. Once you get that last one you need, make it to where you have 2 items remaining. Cancel out the extra stacks that you basically multiplied. And then everything should be square from there. Now you can actually go past the cancel button. That means we have an expanded party, or expanded item bag. I'm going to switch it this way. This is important. Makes things a little bit easier. This is actually an unterminated name glitch item, so it causes problems, and as you already saw. So it's good to keep it at the top, just to avoid going over it when you don't have to. And then this is looking pretty good. So at this point, head to the museum guy. Nope. You absolutely have to go. Alrighty. I'm gonna speed it up. So once you do that step, the game now thinks the trainer walked up to us, essentially. And then we just have to load a wild battle. Any type of battle. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go fight a trainer if you want. And that would actually avoid having to do this or talk to the museum guy. But this doesn't consume a trainer if you do it this way, so it kind of works out. So now I head back to Saffron City. We're gonna make our way to this location over here. Face to the right. There you go. And then you're going to use your Rivals item, or Rivals Effect item. Mine happens to be Rivals. When you use that, you can just close out. And then what you want to do is move back. Technically you're facing to the right still, but move left and then move down. And then your menu will jump open. Don't close out of this, as I said. Go into your items, and this is where 4848 will be a bit problematic with its long name. What we need to do now is set up a glitch city, pretty much. And the first step is to go on down here, and I'm actually going to do something first. We need to change our rival's name, and to do, not toss that, we gotta use select. And to do that, we have to change what items are in the 33rd slot, not the 33rd, the 32nd slot, and the 24th slot. Let's see, I have another unterminated name glitch item up there. You saw it was the DHN hit 4 or whatever. It's a bit problematic. Oh, I forgot to grab the PC and Rattata there. Yeah, see, that gets in the way. It's just a little annoying. There's probably a way to avoid that, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet. There we go. And you need, it doesn't matter really what it is, the item itself, but the quantity does matter. And you need 94. That corresponds to the character you need. As you can see down there at the bottom, I didn't mention it, but my rival's name was down there. And it now has Rocket in it. So if I actually close out the item and go back in, and then I load another, like, long item name, you'll see it in a second. We did that. So now we need to go back down here. It should show up when the long name item shows up. You just gotta be careful of this and be patient. There we go. So yeah, now it says Rocket EL Rocket, which is funny. And the Rocket actually is one character itself, not 6, which is kind of interesting. So that's the 4th. That's what the 23rd corresponds to, is the 4th in the Rocket's name. And then 24 corresponds to the 6th. So we need that. This right here is the 25th slot in the item bag. This is important. We're not going to use it right now, though. What we need to do is go to the 33rd, which is just simply... I'll show you what it is, so you don't have to actually, like, count. Stuck on another long name, which is kind of annoying. You just gotta deal with it. Once we get this set up, the long name problem will actually go away, which is kind of nice. This is crazy. Okay, one more I think, and then we'll be done. Maybe 2 more. It's still technically on screen. There we go. Okay, geez. So you want to make your way to this max potion here and toss 16. Then you'll find this HMO3, take this, using select, and switch it with this town map down here. Boom, there we go. Okay, so now we got all that out of the way. Now we can go back up here. Okay, I'm just gonna skip this because this is pointless to show. I'm gonna go back up to the top of my party bag, like where my actual item bag is. Not party bag. Where my normal items are, and I'm gonna save a state, so I'll see you guys there. Okay, I've retrieved my item bag, the normal items now, finally. And I forgot to say that an easy way to actually prevent the rush getting up there is to actually create the glitch city by refreshing the screen. You can do that by checking the trainer card, or flashing it as it's called. And so now I can actually like scroll through here much easier now because of that. It alters the map and apparently doesn't have as many control characters because of that. So that was kind of my bad. But yes, before you scroll up here, just flash your trainer card. So even this isn't as long as it was. This is where I'm saying like it's not problematic anymore. Okay, so now the next thing you want to do, because I don't want to get a Pokemon that's really not that important. So we're actually going to take this Master Ball here and switch it into this slot over here. The one that we briefly saw in the beginning. Trade it with trade completed, or switch I should say. So now we have everything we need there. I technically did that too soon, so now I think about it, I'm actually going to switch it back, just in case. I don't think it matters, because that just kind of corresponds to... Well, I'll show you. And I'll tell you when it shows up. So now we've got to this point, everything's set up, just use 8-8. We'll get into a wild battle, since we stored that wild battle, technically. And so the Pokemon I found corresponded to Voltorb, special stat-wise. That's why the first one was Nidoking, that Pidgey I was talking about. Then what you want to do is go over here, use 9F to escape the battle. Then you want to flash the trainer card, so I'll reset our screen. Now we're actually on the overworld again, but this time still in a battle, which is nice. Now we're going to modify our rival's character 6, actually. So I must have been wrong about that. Which is item 25. Here. This corresponds similar to the rival LOL glitch, where this character actually corresponds to a glitch Pokemon. And I'm going to toss one of these. So now we have 255, that will give us a glitch Pokemon based on that, which you remember for Pokemon Yellow is Q, and here it's Charizard M. So let's see if everything's going to go according to plan here. So once we have our special stat, or I should say index number set up, what you want to do is use 9F again. Then go into your items. You want to click on the super glitch item, pretty much, and then back out. My Pokemon will turn a weird color, which I'm pretty sure, depending on your Pokemon you have, it'll actually give you a different effect. But my my Fearow does this for some reason. Like, I've seen playthroughs of people using Mew, and it doesn't do that. So I'm assuming it's based roughly on what Pokemon you have. But I'm not positive on that. Once you click on that and back out, throw a Master Ball. You see right there, I got M, or Charizard M, technically, I like to call it, since there's an M in the game already. And then there's Charizard M. And they are not the same. Swords Dance, that's pretty cool. I'm actually going to reset. Alright, I'm not going to show you the glitch again, this time in full, because it's actually kind of like a cycle. It's called LGFly, I hadn't said it yet, but you could also see it from the title. And there's a few reasons why I think the name comes from where it does. But, you know, we do the trainer fly glitch, that's where fly comes from. But the whole point here is using the rival name. Gotta make sure I do this right, here we go. Flash trainer card. I already had this set up ahead of time with the Pokemon I want to get. So we're changing the characters in the rival name and then basically doing what we did for the rival LLO glitch, to put simply. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. And then we're going to use 9F again. And flash this. Get a similar effect. I have to go down here to use my Master Ball. But this glitch can be used on repeat. It's usually meant to farm, like, all the Pokemon in the game. Especially with the setup that I have. So we'll catch a Pokemon that's similar to H-Poke here. It's actually what this is, index 212, about said 112. And before going into that, there's a few things I need to say before I forget. But first things first is once you throw a Master Ball and catch the Pokemon, what you want to do is use 8 again. That'll kind of reset everything. Because what I was trying to say earlier is it's like a cycle. It's almost like a rhythm. It's just like this very strict step-by-step basis you need to go off of. So once you use 8 again, it will kind of finish out the battle. This Pokemon, I'm assuming, comes from, like, the sprite that we see comes from the special stat, the last Pokemon we got. And it's a Ditto, and that's just an effect of the game. Kind of like an after effect or side effect that comes from that. And so now we can reset. So now we're actually in a spot where we can leave if we want, if we get enough Pokemon. And that's the thing too, is apparently doing this glitch too much in a row, like in one cycle, or one, I don't know, session if you will, it can cause freezes and crashes if you're not careful. Although I haven't experienced that personally, but I usually do like 6 Pokemon at a time, which I'm going to do now. So we can just start again here with 8. And we'll get into a battle again, and you just do the exact same process. Now the next thing I was going to say before I forget, I'll show you once we get there though. Ben's doing it now. I'm going to use 9F again, that's what you do. Then you flash a trainer card, go back into the overworld, roughly. Just to refresh the screen, that's the important part. Then we gotta go back down here. What's nice is I don't actually have to change anything. Since I use the Master Ball, and it's in the correct slot, it goes down by 1 each time I use it, so then I can just keep catching Pokemon on repeat. Sometimes you'll see people put like a tossable item, and they can modify it more directly, but when you use the catching mechanism, if you will, down here, you can actually just keep using this, and you don't have to change it yourself, because like now I'll get index 211, and it works out perfectly. So that's like one tip I recommend there, so I can just not even have to worry about changing that. I'll just use 9F again, since it's already set. Which, now that I think about it, you may not even have to. Oh no, if you flash the trainer card, I think you have to. So yes, open up your items, then use 4848 again, back out. I shouldn't say use, but click on it, and then back out. Then throw another Master Ball. This should give us index 211. Enemy 88. Interesting. Yeah, so that's like one of those weird items that shows, I guess, the Pokemon that's loaded in the RAM or something. Because like originally it said Fearow, and now it says enemy. Sometimes I'll say enemy Rattata, which is the Pokemon I used to get Voltorb, I'm pretty sure. From earlier when I first showed this. So now we're going to use Master Ball again. And you can see that Pokemon has a really interesting front sprite, like palette. Huh, it's pretty interesting. I believe this Pokemon's very similar to .4, so that's kind of funny. Then you back out. And once you do that, use 8-8 again. So there's a few times where I crashed when I did this glitch, but it seems like once you get the correct setup, especially with those rival name, because you want those rocket characters in there for one, it seems to be pretty consistent on not crashing. But you want to make sure you're correct with your steps, otherwise you might fall off, if that makes sense. So we'll use this to kind of like reset, is what I'll call it. So we get this Pokemon based on the special stat, I assume. I'm not sure if that's the case. I mean, I know it's a Ditto, but where does that sprite come from? My only guess is it's like based off the special stat or something. And it's like a weird hybrid of a Ditto, is my guess. So now we can just do it again. Now I can use 8-8, go into a battle. And I might even just cut this out, honestly, because there's no sense showing this like multiple times in a row. Or maybe I'll speed it up, I don't know. I guess we'll see. If I've run out of stuff to talk about, that's what I'll do. Anyway, so use 9F again. Flash trainer card. And then, like I said, our thing's already set up down there in the 25th slot. So use this again, go into your items, click on 4848, and then throw the Master Ball. That simple. And so this is why it's commonly used for farming all 151, but you can actually use it to get pretty much any Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. With Pokemon like this, it's based off the character, so technically the character in the 6th slot of the rival's name. So there's a few that like aren't valid. And there's only like, usually there's like 2, I think. I don't even know which 2 it is, but those are like the only exceptions. And if I find out what those are, I'll put it in the description. And then throw our Master Ball. So this one is a hybrid of something similar to like Index 193, 196, and 199, if I remember correctly. It has that like blacked out screen. And I think on this note, I'm going to catch the remaining 3 Pokemon. And I think I'm just going to do it in speed, is what you're going to see. I guess we'll see. It's either going to be in speed or it's going to be cut. But yeah, I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, here's a situation where things could go wrong, potentially. I don't know if it was from closing out of the the item bag by accident. This is something I was talking about where things could go wrong and you might crash. And I guess we'll see how it goes. But you just want to make sure you don't accidentally close out, because if you do, too weak to make a substitute, it's funny. So yeah, if you accidentally close out, it might cause issues like this. I guess we'll see. Hopefully it won't crash my game, but I feel like it might. That was funny. Okay, it didn't. I do believe, though, the glitch is deactivated now because of that, which I guess wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I think in that case, what I'm going to do is actually reset glitch and get the remaining Pokemon I want to get, glitch Pokemon-wise, and then we'll check them out in battle. So, see you guys there. Alright, I actually stand corrected. The trainer battle was not a product of closing out, but rather just that's how high the special stat was. The last Pokemon I got, it actually gave me a trainer fight, so it's pretty interesting there. I will say though, when I was doing it incorrectly off screen, it would have crashed the game in situations like that, but it may have been a coincidence. Like I'm saying, it wasn't necessarily the trainer that caused the problem, it was just I was doing something wrong and the trainer so happened to be there. So if you get that, that's okay, just keep going. Like I said, I was incorrect about that. Just gonna catch this next Pokemon, which I do believe is Index. Should be 208. Hopefully the game will work here. Oh, go faster. There we go. Jeez, yeah, 208 is what it should be. And this Pokemon should look like A, if you remember. I believe it's capital A, or even Pokemon, for example, because it had that weird kind of red box effect. We'll check it out later. Onward. Now that I've thought about it, I should say this glitch does work in Yellow, but since there's no handy item like A8, you have to use Arbitrary Code Execution to be able to use it properly. Just a little fun fact. Although, I mean, why not just use the rival LLO glitch? But I do believe this one's actually faster, technically. I'm not sure about in Pokemon Yellow, though, because of using Ace. I'm sure if you just have a script and you use it properly, it should be fine. Right, this should be the last Pokemon that I had. Maybe we already got it, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Yeah, no, this is the last one. Right. Couldn't remember. Let's say index 207 is the last one that we are going to get. Hurry up! There we go. Cool. Catch the Pokemon. Yeah, when I was doing this off screen, I had a whole sorts of problems. I kept catching like Meowths and stuff, and just random Pokemon. It was definitely not being done correctly. I think yeah, that one's a hybrid of Beedrill, of all things. So yeah, he'll go into the PC, which should be okay. It will kind of corrupt the map a little bit because of that, which is fine. I think just because of that screen. And then we will go up here and use A8 again. I think it's okay to leave now, but just be on the safe side, I wouldn't do that. Just finish the last bit of this step, if you will. Then 8-8. Five of the 6 of my Pokemon are inflicted with status ailments, which is just an effect of this. So now you can probably leave now and you'll encounter your Pokemon. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm actually going to fly away and go to Viridian, because why not? But it's funny, when you do that, it'll save that encounter, so you actually get it here. Which just looks really silly. And this is like a legitimate encounter that you can catch this Pokemon if you want. I'll just show you for the heck of it. You gotta be a little careful with 4848. I didn't show it at the beginning, but if I remember at the end of this, I'll show you what I was talking about, because it can cause some interesting map corruption just by simply having it on screen. So we'll catch Execute and then we'll go into the box, big whoop. But you can catch that Pokemon. And as far as I know, you're able to use that trainer that we escaped from, because I completed the glitch pretty much. So our Pokemon are all poisoned and whatnot. That's okay. I'm gonna box this Sphero. Pull out this Pokemon. Oh, it crashed the game, that's silly. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wonder why. I don't know, but I'll see you guys back here once I get this all sorted out. Alrighty, we're back here. So from what I've concluded, just don't let any Pokemon you catch, at least of the glitch variety. I'm pretty sure none of them, because they're all going to be like level 127 with like messed up stats and whatnot. Because it's funny, I can view his stats and whatnot, and it's fine. But when I try to withdraw, it just crashes the game. Like, it's almost type of crash with like when you do Arbitrary Code Execution. I doubt it's related to that. But don't let them go into the box directly, because it seems like they will freeze the game when trying to be like released from the PC. But what's nice is I'm pretty sure if I just heal them and then toss them in there, it should be fine. So we're gonna heal up. We'll see if that fixes the problem. I feel like it has something to do with their wicked amount of HP, which is weird because like I feel like the game doesn't worry about HP. We'll see. Maybe they all need to gain a level since they're like messed up in that kind of way. I guess we'll see. I like how that one Pokemon plays like the route music. It's pretty cool, so avoid that one. Let's see if it, because like all of them I tried it were crashing my game when I tried to withdraw. Oh wow, so maybe that's what it is. Alright, so second test here. Let's see if I can gain a level for this top one here looks like H Pokey. We'll just do that. Actually, well, we'll go in that order, I guess. We'll go in reverse order, since the one that I need for the lowest special stats already in the PC, which is okay. Heal up. Might as well save. I'm not gonna wanna not do that, I guess. Okay. See what we got going on here. Payday. Make some money. Alrighty, cool. So you'll go back to a reasonable level. Your EXP should be corrected now, and you're gonna try and learn Jump Kick. Heck yeah! Like how it's a ghost type, but it's doing all these fighting physical moves. Give it a tackle. Who wants that? Okay, cool. So let's try and box him and withdraw, and if that fixes the issue, you just need to make sure they're not over level 100, and they, I guess, gain EXP, put simply. Because you can withdraw Pokemon over level 100 from the box normally, but it's probably because we got these, I don't want to say illegitimately, but the glitch method. Still crashes the game. That's kind of silly. I don't know if there's something about them that I don't know of right now. More on that in a second. Alright, I got it figured out here. So you just don't want any of these Pokemon to go directly into the PC. At least these Pokemon here that I obtained so far. I was able to catch the execute right up here too, and that was fine. So that wasn't the problem. This Pokemon wasn't the problem either. It's just for some reason them going directly into the box was an issue. It's almost kind of like what happens with Mew, you remember? Where you get a Mew and it has a glitchy XP amount, which I don't know if it's the case for these guys. Doesn't seem like it. But it's a similar situation, although it has a crap ton of experience points. Oh, then again, it is over level 100, so that would make sense. I don't know. But either way, I had to go through that again. We don't have the Pokemon that was similar to H-Pokey or Index 212, but we have these other 5 that we'll check out. So we'll do that real quick. Then I'll show you that last thing I didn't forget about, if that makes sense. And then we'll wrap this up. So, let's see what these guys do. This is a hybrid of Beedrill. Fire Punch! Yeet! See if it learns any cool moves. It does evolve, I remember that. It evolves into Pidgey. Or not Pidgey, Spearow, and then into Fearow. I don't know why I said Pidgey. So now we have a Spearow. Totally not worth it though, after all the work that went into getting that Pokemon. But what's cool now is that we technically have a Spearow with a weird name and with Fire Punch. And pretty bad stats, but whatever. Okay, so let's check out this one. Looks like it's a type I'm missing now, based on the sprite and the party. Maybe an M? I'm not sure. I know in... Well, actually there's a lot of Pokemon that have like those unterminated menu sprites, I guess. Where it just kind of steals. That's funny. That reminds me of Z4. This looks like it has the exact move loadout of like a Hitmonchan. Yeah, it has that like red box effect similar to, I believe it's capital A and Pokemon. I don't remember what index number Pokemon was. I think it was 197. I don't remember. But here's Pokemon ID Pokemon. Check out this one here. 4B848. Bird sprites, that makes sense. This one is similar to LM4. I love this. This is hilarious. It's a hybrid of Poliwrath, which is also another thing similar to. Has a similar sprite. I think it's almost identical, honestly, if I remember correctly. And let's check these Pokemon out right now. Why not? It plays a different like theme, which I thought was so cool. I like this theme. There's Spearow. Should check that. I'll look at it again before it turns into Spearow. Cool. This thing has outrageous stats. This is the Pokemon that's similar to the Pokemon that have the vicious front sprite that'll crash your game. And this one's similar to 0.4 if I remember correctly. Yeah. So we'll show out this Pokemon then, which is thing has really good stats, as you can see. It's not even close to level 200 yet, and it's already almost at max HP. Invert sprites, I'm not gonna worry about that. It has like no intelligible characters besides Japanese symbol and like comma, whatever that's supposed to be. Huh, LGFly. Seems to be a pretty common move. Splattered. Like it's gonna down level, but its stats are still just insane. I guess its normal stats aren't. I mean, they're good. They're good for sure, but not like what I was expecting. The HP is crazy though. Seriously. And I'm sure it learns good moves too, similar to those Pokemon. Yeah, that type of Pokemon in this game always have like insane stats. It's pretty cool. That last one was index 210. This one's 211. One similar to 0.4. Forgot to go over the index numbers, but I'll do that real quick, I guess. So here's the one that's close to 0.4 egg. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeet. MPU. I like that one. Yeah, so it's kind of similar to 0.4. And I don't remember what that did, actually. No, it's up here. Oh yeah, the Rhydon Cry. So this is 211. This one was 210. 29. 2827, I believe. That's what that was. Let's reload my stakes. We're all good there now. Oh, we're back here. Huh. That's okay. What we got here? 209, 208, and then I was going to catch 207. That's fine. Actually, what I'm going to do is reload a different state, because we're all good with these glitch Pokemon now. I'm not too worried about them. I'm actually curious. I'll show off something that I was curious about. So let's get into a battle here. Let's catch this Pokemon. Let's get a Gengar, because why not? I feel like if we growled multiple times at the last one, we could have gotten level 1. Wow, it crashed the game. Interesting. So yeah, don't catch the Pokemon then. That's why I wanted to show that, because I was actually curious myself. Okay, that other save state. Let me load that and I'll be right there. Oh crap. So I closed out, and we saw this earlier too. So what if I catch it now, actually, without using that? This should actually allow it. Alright, how about now? That should be okay, right? Yeah, and now we're here in a glitch city. And I don't think, so this won't even work anymore. It'll just freeze the game. But I'm still moving around. Can I, like, oh, I can, okay, so it's similar to 9F. Where it kind of like cancels that out, so let's leave. So yeah, if you wanted to catch that Pokemon, I guess you could, but then you're kind of stuck there. Because you kind of need that rendering Pokemon. Anyway, okay, so I'll show you that thing in the other save state. Okay, yeah, as you can tell, there's just so much to this game, and there's always so much to say. Get really sidetracked real fast. So you can see there, it takes my name, and it just, like, it's all over the place. You see, that's crazy. It's funny how it doesn't slow down with, like, any of the control characters, command characters, whatever you want to call it. It just takes up, like, the whole screen, but whenever something like that happens, I think it's called, like, tile madness, or text madness, or even tile chaos. But it actually, that in itself puts us in a glitch city. Just having that on screen, and we're in this weird place, and we just crashed. So that's an interesting effect you can get for that glitch item, and there's certain glitch items I feel like they can do that. I think any of this type of glitch item, so unterminated name glitch item or super glitch items, will typically do that for you. And it's just as simple as that, puts you in a glitch city on its own. Which is pretty funny. Now if only I had walk through walls enabled, it would be pretty interesting. What happens all you do? Oh yeah, that won't matter. What happens I'll use 9F? I don't like that. Yeah. No, you don't want 9F, you want something else, like G, no. Yeah, no, that wouldn't make sense, because we're not in a battle, that's why. Yeah, so once you walk over here, it crashes the game, which is pretty silly. But yeah, just to, I guess, have caution about that. But you can fly out of here. Like, I'll show you one more time. Let's try and go up. There was one time I was able to go up, which is weird. Maybe if I wasn't actually here. Jeez, see what I mean? Seems like stuff like this can go on forever. Well, the name's not quite as long, but yeah, now I'm in, literally in case in there. which is pretty wild. Yeah, this will wrap up this episode. Sorry I got a little crazy there, but some interesting stuff happened, and I wanted to cover some of the glitch Pokemon because I don't know anything about them in this game compared to what I do in Yellow. It's just, I'm so unfamiliar with them. So, be sure to show some more of that in the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.